Good morning. I was just studying a little bit about the Greek letters, and they're pretty much similar to the North American English language alphabet, in which starts with A and B. But what we're going to do is tell you that there's 24 letters in the Greek alphabet. Okay. In all actuality, there is 26 because the Greek alphabet represents the total unity of the entire universal way of God. So the reason we would add 2 is alpha would be first, but before alpha comes anywhere, there is omega, there is the universe, the exterior, before the beginning, a starting point. Therefore, omega, which would be the end, okay, of everything, because it's marked in letters, I have to put an end after the end to compile everything in between. Okay. Now what we're looking at is iota. The letter I in the English North American alphabet is the 9th letter, and in the Greek system it's also the 9th letter because a birth is a birth, so we can't change anything. Now the 10th letter, which is kappa, okay, in the English alphabet, which looks like the same similarity of the image of the character K, is the 10th letter, yet lambada is the 11th letter. Now we can associate lambada, okay, with the letter V, but it's upside down. So lambada, the 8th letter, can also be known as in the French language, since it looks like the V, as valet. So they reversed the K and the J, in which is a valet, which is a V in French instead of the J in English, okay? And I'm thinking if you put the 2 together, it comes to 21, which means 2 is beta and 1 is alpha, or the birth, creation of the totality of man. So they reverse it because I think the Greek letters come from the heavens more than anything else or any other language that I understand. And although I only understand 2 languages, I've seen 4 alphabets and I see the difference. Therefore, if you want to go back to alpha omega, alpha of the first, omega of the last, is the first letter and the 24th letter. And in between that are 22 letters. Now in the English alphabet, the 22nd letter is the letter V for life, associated with the French language for understanding of the W, which is the W, which is your life. You see, in English, they give us the W for your life. But in French, okay, they give you the W, the double life. So therefore, the life of you and the life of the angel. Now, if you don't think you're part of the life of an angel, well, then we're nothing at all. But if you go look on the cards, the deck of cards, go look at the Queen and King. They all have, okay, in most decks, I haven't seen one yet that hasn't, they all have the shape of the club. Now, if you want to get even deeper into this, take a triangle, okay, put a diamond that fits to the bottom of it. You end up with 2 triangles, 1 diamond, and 1 letter L. It's all associated together. The club is the male of the creation of the birth of all totality of man, and also is represented in the Ace of Spades. You'll see in the Ace of Spades how special it is, because that's the birth mother. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go down back to the Greek alphabet, as the 7th letter is eta. Now normally that would be God, right? But H, the what it looks like, the H letter, okay, is also the H letter in the English alphabet, is for heaven. So it's the 7 in one language, the H, eta, and the H for heaven is the 8 in the English language. Therefore 7 plus 8 is 15. And that's the letter O for the universe. Now we're going to go down to the letter T, which is the 19th letter. Now, how would we use the 19th letter? We can say T is for time, because, you see, after 19, when you hit 20, life is done. You see, you come into life at 9 months of birth, and then the birth ends at 10. Because when the birth ends, it's automatically 10. As in Baccarat, it shows you the double 0. When you get into life and you're living, you automatically jump from being born, automatically you're 9 again. because the next step is 10. The minute you take that last step, you're done. It's over with. So we go from 9, okay, to 10, back to 0 for a starting point. Let's say you start a game, any game. Let's say you played a game of Sorry. You have to take the avatar or the little man that you play with and put him in a spot called the beginning. That means something. So that beginning we'll call 0. Just like God's universe, right, is 0. Okay, we call that 0. So after you start, you're at 9, and then the game's going to end. I know it takes a little bit longer in the game, but in this life, you come into life, you get shot, you're dead, and it's over. So you go from 9 one step to 10. Okay? There's a couple of more things in here. What was I going to think of? 1, 2, 3, 4. Epsilon. Okay? I don't know the meaning of it, but in French it would be the E. The same E it would be here in the Greek alphabet, and the E being the 5th letter, it's for the angel spirit. So the epsilon and the letter E in our language actually direct themselves to the same place and means angel spirit. We've got the V for valet. We've got the, okay, in the 13th position we have the N for neutralize, because that's what we all do. When we get to earth, God neutralizes us. We become born. Neutralization for the life on earth. Anyways, what else do we have now? Besides the club, the weakest card, the club. Okay, when you play bridge, why is the weakest card the club? Because it loses all its powers for association in man's life. Although it brings up and down from the heavens the word of the Spirit, in this life here it can actually present himself as a magic man. The second thing is the pyramids. You see, in man's life we have 4 walls and a floor and a roof. But in the heavens it's a point. The point of the matter is the pyramids have no floor and have a point for a roof. Because what happens is we got a double pyramid. There's one on top of the other one. It's got 4 walls on it, and they're bent like this, if you can see, in a V shape. Also looks like the heart. They put 2 pyramids on top of each other. Now we're running up and down. Why we have such a close connection with God, and why when we have mental disorders we have a close association with God, is because we're in the same pyramid. One pyramid on the top and then one pyramid on the bottom. One is a 3-door pyramid, the other one's a 4-door pyramid. The reason for that is that there's 3 suits, okay, that are direct angel suits. The 4th suit doesn't exist, the heart. We don't exist. We exist in the spade. Okay, they put a stand on it, and that stand you see, okay, is what's holding the spade up, but it's also holding the heart. It's in recognition of the heart. Man has no heart. Anyways, this is all pretty difficult. So we have the 4 pyramid and we have the 3-walled pyramid. The total is 7 for God. We have the 2 4-walled pyramid when we're in the universe, which is perfection. 8, 4 and 4 is 8 for heaven. Thus B is for life, okay, and V is for the heaven's life, okay. So now life is 22 for B, the 22nd letter. 22 and 22 is 44. Now if you add up the cards starting at the 2 and you end up at the 9, you get 44. The conjunction between one suit. Therefore it adds up to life. I will leave it at this. Okay, have a nice day. You want to sing the song Fly Like an Eagle? Of course we know the great music. These musicians don't even know, but they are so highly connected, it's insane. And it's just, it just creeps up underneath my skin. And I just think it's so great, this world. So for all of you that are thinking you're doing the right thing, you know what? It doesn't hurt to think again to make sure, because we're all on the same globe. We're all in the same hole. We're all inside the same funnel or tunnel. We are all in the same place. So just let it go. If you're mad at him, talk. Open your voice. Express yourself. This is a world of expression of man. Thank you.